Hello everyone, busygamerdad back again, going to be having some more fun with our Arcana playthrough. Hopefully you guys are liking this and having fun with it just as much as I am. Last episode, I got a little further into the final dungeon. I do believe this is the final dungeon. And before we get into it, I do have a very important question for you. Why can't you hear a pterodactyl in the bathroom? Because the P is silent. Very important scientific right there. Yep. So we have our heroes party, our final four, our final three, whatever you want to say. We are trudging our way through Bintel Castle. We've made it to, I would say, I guess the second floor is what I'll call it. I mean, we did go up a floor, but we really didn't go that far. And it's been a little while since I played. You'll notice that I did try a different format setup here for our formation, just to see what's going to happen with this. I don't know if this is ultimately going to be better or worse. I just think it's going to be more situational, is what I'll say, for the positive or negative of if it's going to be good or bad. So right now, we're just making our way, going through. Hang on, I needed to go to the right. Yeah, I needed to go to the right. So it's been a little while since I played. I've been doing the busy dad things, kids with their spring sports and everything like that. If you played a spring sport, what sport did you play? Currently my kids are getting involved in all manner of sports, and I'm trying my best to be supportive of all manner of sports. I find myself really struggling to make the ends meet for getting them to all the sports that they, normally want to go to. And that's not a bad thing. It's just one of those unfortunate side effects of being a busy person. So we are trying to get them into soccer. We're trying to get them into flag football. We just got a text message from my one friend who asked about doing cheerleading for my daughter, or for my son for that matter. So it's just always this like, what do we do situation? How do we handle it situation? And there's just never enough hours in the day. But I do make time for you guys. I do make time for this channel because I do want this channel to succeed overall. I do want you out there to realize that even though you are busy with those things, you can enjoy sitting down and playing a video game. You're perfectly allowed to. Now, sometimes that will result in you having to schedule said time to play the video game. And that happens regardless of where you are in life. You just have this situation of always trying to please everyone and make everything happen. But what about pleasing yourself? What about taking that time for yourself? And that's really where it is with the channel here, is to let you know that I, the random guy on the internet, tell you you can sit down and play video games if you've done all your homework, if you've done all your chores. So do not, go running around saying, oh, this guy is, some whisperer psychologist who said that I could do, whatever I want, whenever I want. Nope, that is not me. That is not what I said. Not at all. Not even close. I have told you that you have the capacity and the capability to schedule playing video games after your important work is done. That is what I have told you. We are going to change our attribute to water so we don't get burned up from the fire dragons. So take that to the bank and cash it, that you are empowered to schedule time for yourself, whether it be playing video games, whether it be reading books, whether it be reading magazines, playing card games with your friends, whatever. Take the time to do the things. And that's my message in the opening opening sequence of pretty much every episode that we're, here on the Busy Gamer Dad channel, that I want you to feel, appreciated and have the opportunity to sit down and just relax and with me, play a video game next to me, and listen to me ramble on about my day. I'd love to hear about your day. Leave a comment. Let me know how your day went. I try my best to reply to almost all the comments that I get, because I do appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule for said comments. Did I mix this up? I don't think so. I think I go this way, and then I go this way, and oh no, I did mix this up. Yep, I did. This is a dead end. I'm fairly certain this is a dead end. That's a blue dragon, so I guess I'll change to water just to mitigate the damage a little bit, but it's not going to help too much. Not going to help too much. So one of the things about this game Arcana is it has never been ported. You cannot play this game on any other console other than the Super Nintendo. If you have an emulator, you can certainly play it through that. If you have the original hardware like we have here, then you can absolutely play it there. But it is not available on like the NES store or anything like that. It's never been remastered or anything that I can tell from my searchings on the internet. And I think that's a little bit of a cool thing, actually. I think that's a really fun thing. I think that's also a little bit of a disservice for the game itself, because this is a pretty fun game. Now, albeit a very linear game and a very simple game, 4 elements, you are the card master, you go save the day. There's not really a lot of open world exploration, there's not a lot of subterfuge, there's not a lot of varying paths or anything like that. You are just a hero on the quest to save and defeat the BBEG. And that is the limitations, I'll say, of the hardware for the Super Nintendo, because this game came out when the Super Nintendo was fresh and released, and they didn't quite know what kind of system they had in their hands, and they weren't sure how to push the hardware and how to utilize it for the benefit of all the gamers out there. So I think that they have a at this point when this game was released, it was innovative, it was forward thinking, and it was a good representation or think tank on where they wanted to take the console and where they wanted to take gaming in general. Because you got to remember, in the 90s, that's at this point, this is 2026, that was 26 years ago, actually more like, we'll say 30 years ago when this game was out. Because of when this game released, it was never considered that gaming would be the billion-dollar industry that it was. It was still very infantile and still very adolescent even at that point. And so I think that we talked about it here on the channel before, that just because a game is simple, it doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean it's great. It is approachable, and it shows and conveys an accurate stepping stone for where a lot of companies and indie developers even wanted to go with their creations, with their ideas. And you see that now more often in like the Steam environment, with a little bit of Nintendo now building that into their online platforms, as well as the Xbox and Sony doing that too, Microsoft and Sony doing that too, buying up indie studios and things like that to get those hits that are out there. And the fun thing about like opening these time capsule games, I like to think of them as like these just little snapshots of where gaming was at some point or another. One of the things that I think really endears these games to me is not only the nostalgia factor for me on, I've actually played them and I really enjoy them, but also the history that I have in my head of where games have progressed over the years, over the decades. And I mean that, like legit, like games have come so far from where they were, so far. It's actually so impressive to see how they have evolved and adapted. And, to think about where, I don't know, the light gun came from for the systems, or to think about where the Guitar Hero impacts were, or even the augmented reality that you see now, or I should say VR into augmented reality that you see on the precipice of being like more mainstream now, is super awesome and super cool. So that's where the ramblings are, and I have a bunch of different topics that we can talk about there. But right now we are looking at a tunnel. We made it, like I said, to the second floor, but we really didn't explore down here. I have no idea what we're going to get into here. So this will be interesting. We're going to get into a lot of earth. It looks like giant bee, sphinx, and a cyclops. I don't think we're strong against earth. We are not. We are weak. Water is weak against earth. So let's take out the sphinx first, because if the sphinx casts an AoE spell, we're kind of hosed, and they sometimes cast lightning. So we want to get them off the board as quickly as possible. It's good to know that we can one-shot the bees and we'll actually take this opportunity to delve into HP restoring on everybody. Leaning heavily on our Marid heal magic. Cyclops 45, and we'll just do a straight attack there. Nice, good dodging. Hey, I'm all for that. Alright, nice. Ooh, this is gonna be rough. This is gonna be rough. If they do like rock damage, we're gonna be smash 3. Yep, 68, 88. Yep. Alright, we need to change to, I believe wind would be the best one. So I'm gonna throw out a heal. Try and stave off the damage. And this is just my old man brain, not remembering what weaknesses are what. So there's a definite rock, paper, scissors, or pecking order to the elements. Strong and weak and such. So we do have our handy book right here, so we can take a look at it, just so I'm not spouting false truths. Yeah, so fire is strong against earth. Fire it is. We will leave him out. We'll change our attribute to earth, or to fire, and that should really reduce the amount of damage that we take. And then we'll just whittle them down one at a time. Not much of a, you know, again, not much of a deep science inside the combat. This is a JRPG. At its core, you just turn-based combat, do what you can. And I think that's also what really lends it to playing so well for a lot of people, is the approachability in the simplicity of, I just want to play an adventure and just have some fun. Let RNG do its thing. And that's what we get. That's what you get here. Alright. This guy there. You know what? I'm going to actually have you HP restore on Darwin, because Darwin's taken some beating. Yeah, give him a good heal up there. And we will keep on going. Oh, this guy's got a pretty big health pool, actually. There it goes. 10 health. 10 HP left. Less than 10, I should say. Because Ifrit was able to get the killing blow. And this one Cyclops was turning the corner. He didn't feel like joining the fight with his friends. He wanted to try and solo us to prove how big of a bad guy he was. And now he's going to pay for it, because he's going to die. Yeah, that's about what I thought. Okay, so we're going to... genuinely no idea which way to go. Genuinely no idea. We'll just have some fun exploring. Spelunking, because we are in A tunnel as opposed to B tunnel. This looks like this is just going to be a giant mess, and I'm so glad that we have the home spell. Oh, this is going to be a nightmare. This is absolutely going to be a nightmare. Yup, I see this being just a grind fest. Well, the good news is that we're able to get through these guys in, looks like, one round of combat. One of them anyways. It looks like if we crit them, we can obviously kill them. Alright, we're just going to keep on going right and hope for the best. If we loop around, we loop around. Alright, there's a loop around. Where did this put me? It's one sword master. Again, it says sword master, but he uses a flail. I don't judge. We are equal opportunity. Maybe he mastered the sword and now he switched to the flail so he could be a flail master. We make that running joke here. What is this? A treasure chest. Herbs. That is the lowest heal item in the game. And they put them literally at the bottom of the barrel. Alright, fair enough. Now I have a feeling that this could turn into a situation where they loop us around. And that's going to suck. Oh, that's going to suck too. Yep, ouch. Yep, we're going to kill you. That guy needs to go. That guy needs to go right now. Oh, double attack from Tifa. Okay, great. Awesome. And we've got a train coming through. Looks like they've got about 180 health. So, that's all good. It's like 8:30, 8:45 here. Oh no, it's actually 9 o'clock, so that's the 9 o'clock train. Medusas. Okay, that's gonna suck, especially if they petrify me. I'm gonna have you change to fire, because then we'll get reduced damage from the Medusas hitting us, which is perfect. And then we will swing, and we will get increased damage against the Medusas. And it takes not but a few simple things. Alright, heal all 2. Cast that spell, get a big AoE heal out, because it looks like we need it. Oh yeah, that's like the full amount for everybody. And the Cyclops hits for a critical and takes all but 10 of that heal away. Cool. That's just ducky. Quack, quack. Let's heal Darwin back up. Darwin, for some reason, likes to take hits. I don't know why. He's the magnet for it. Okay. Should be getting a level up here soon. I have no idea the max level in this game. If it's 99 or if it's like 50, like the original Final Fantasy. That sucks. Getting a smash right out of the gate is really not cool, man. Not cool at all. I'll just focus on taking you out. Can you one-shot him? I don't think you can. Nope, you didn't. Alright, so we have a choice to make. I think I need to change the attribute first, because we would potentially hit them and potentially do enough damage to kill them. So I'd rather go with the certainty, and then now from here I'll use a heal. I will use a heal on Darwin, because Darwin again seems to be the magnet. At least this episode he's the magnet. He'll take you out. Nice, yep, and we don't take nearly as much damage because they're earth attacking fire, so they get reduced damage on all things, not just their spells. And then we do more damage to them. 310, solid. Magic, HP restore right there. And then you can do HP, or heal all. 120, nice. Good. Good, good, good. And then take this guy out. Oh, son of a gun. See, Darwin just sometimes got lead feet. And this is part of the, we'll say, frustration factor for people who play this game. 100% agree with you. This game puts a special emphasis on the grind, and that was a lot of Super Nintendo games back in the day. Just it was, period. There wasn't an easier way to say it, because the games, you bought a game, you rented a game to play it, and they had, for a lot of intents and purposes, a lot of bloat to them. And that bloat wasn't a bad thing. It was part of what it meant to play that game. And we saw that with a lot of other games in our play sessions here, because we've been playing a lot of Super Nintendo games, and that's just one of my comfort games. The comfort factor for me is playing these games. And one of the things that I take away from playing these games is the fact that was, again, a product of purposeful and direct design, so that you had to play the games longer. You had to sit down and invest the time it took to master a certain area before moving on, as opposed to the things out there now where it's a lot of speed running, and it's a lot of how fast can I get through, and almost like, I guess, lack of a different term would be like instant gratification that's out there. So don't feel like you're alone with that understanding or that misgivings about things. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually take a moment. I'm going to heal up. We do have the ability to cast heal 2. Let's do heal 3. We'll heal everybody to full. Yep. And then we'll heal Tifa. We'll heal our card. Yep, heal Rooks. It's a pretty expensive spell. Oh, especially if you waste it. Silly me. Alright, cool. Alright, now we go down the hallway, and what do we got? Another treasure chest. Moon Gauntlet. Okay, inventory, no. Equipment, I believe that will go... Not on him. I think it might go on Tifa. No? Okay, so then it's Darwin by default. Yep. And that is better than the Mithril Gauntlet. Okay. Okay, fair enough. And Rooks has the Dragon Shield. I don't think he needs the... Yeah, he doesn't... Can he wear the Mithril Gauntlet? He can not wear the Mithril Gauntlet, so it's fine. Okay. Alright. Beat up the skeleton. There, because that's the only attribute one. The other two don't really do too much. They're just normal dudes, normal monsters. So. Takes out that guy. Good. We'll go here. Punch this guy up. Nice. Yep. Cool. I guess, so... we ran into a problem, and I mentioned this before, and it's not like this is a big problem, but a problem nonetheless, where in these last two dungeons, the game has shifted tactics to something that was not obvious before, but became obvious as we played. And I think that's a really great mechanic for us to realize in the last dungeons, because it does help us change up the playstyle to make it a little bit fresher. And I'll go into that in a second after I go over Rooks' level up here. He gets HP for 6, MP for 6, Strength for 5, Endurance for 5, Intelligence for 2, Agility for 2. Okay. Or 4, actually. Agility for 4. So one of the things that we struggled with inside this game was the fact that we have to change attributes. That was not a requirement until these last two dungeons. It was forced upon us by the mechanics of the game to have us do. We needed to be changing the combat. We needed to be changing the our strategy because we were essentially bulldozing our way through. And that's a fine thing. Like, we kept Sylph out, the wind spirit, more often than not, simply because it allowed us to cast Dodge All, which was a really effective strategy. They can't hit you, they can't do damage to you, and it was really, really effective. But it wore out. That strategy had to pivot. We had to evolve. And so we went to and said, all right, we're smart. We can see the numbers and know what they mean. And knowing the game has the rock, paper, scissors system for the elementals for the combat, we decided to, really change our strategy. Be like, oh, okay, this makes sense. We need to change our attributes, change our card, and it's worked. It's really worked. And I think that if you play this game, you will see that it will work for you too. Now, oh, this is not good. I was not expecting to do this. Well, you know what? Surprise! Galneon. Oh, jeez. That dude looks like he hasn't slept in days. Hee, so it's you. Have you gone mad, Galneon? The one with the most ambition gets the most power. The power of the gods. Ah! Your opposition to me will bring trouble to you. We are fighting Galneon, and he's got a dagger. Dude, we're gonna do attack impair. Yep, glad I did that. We're going to do Stomp All. That'll give us a bonus to attack. Now, in that same vein of what I was talking about, the boss fights have been very simple. They've just been power up, defense decrease, and attack. We could do accuracy impair. Sure. Make it harder for him to hit us. And then that's it. That's really all. I don't want to keep using her spells because I don't think this is like gonna be a big deal for us. Just attack him. Yeah, if he's just doing this, this isn't like a big deal. I don't think we need to go all out on this. I'm just gonna attack him. I mean, I'll just hit him with Ifrit. I don't need to worry about any spells or anything like that right now. Yeah, see, that was like... I gave a decent amount of experience. Tifa gained a level up. HP by 13, MP by 7, Strength by 1, Endurance by 2, Intelligence by 4, Agility by 1. You've earned the Enchanted Jewel. Like, okay. Cool. Rooks. Darwin, let's go. Ah! What? Galleon, it has no effect. I'm the one who holds the power. Oh my goodness. You look horrific. Attack and bear. Attribute 9. That hurts a lot. Stomp all. Attack increase for everybody. Okay, magic. Heal all 2. Okay, I guess I could do defense impaired. Do I want to switch cards? Let's bring out Deo, and he can do an increase for our defenses. And then we'll just swing at him, keep swinging at him. I mean, there's really not much else to do here. Attribute 9. I can't switch to Earth because that looked like it would be all bad things. So I'll just keep doing this. So this is the first, we'll say, pretty hard boss fight. We're actually focusing on healing and things rather than just beating him up. Keep going. And then... do I dare do wall all? Because I don't know if he's like actually going to... like, that's the one thing that's also a little not clear. There are certain stats, I'm sure, that are hidden from the player. Like your dodge stat. It may be an attribute of your agility. Or like your resistance stat. That may be an attribute of your endurance. But it's never really communicated to the player very well. So I don't know if defense increase is both for magic and for physical. He took 24 damage. Have you do another... oh, not enough MP. Alright, well, now we're into wholesale attack mode. And we got him. And we only got 1 gold, but a boatload of experience. And we get the Spirit Sword. Darwin. Pitiful, isn't it? When a man perishes at the hand of another man, what is there to do? Okay, so we just got... Well, Spirit Sword doesn't work on you. Okay. You can use the Spirit Sword. Huge upgrade for you. You can't use the Crystal Sword. Okay. That sucks. What about the Enchanted Jewel? Was there like a hidden thing that I needed to do with the Enchanted Jewel? Because it's not in... I thought it was a piece of equipment, like a headdress or something like that. Okay, so I don't know what to do with that information. But that was a good ending to this episode. Busy Gamer Dad. We just defeated Galneon, but the game ain't over yet. We'll figure out what goes on next episode. Hope to see you then. Like, comment, subscribe until then to stay up to date with all the Busy Gamer Dad antics. Later.